today we'll be reviewing Google Arts and Culture, which is an app I believe that hasn't been promoted enough because it has a lot of features. As you can see, I already installed it on my Pixel 8 Pro, and let's jump right in. So let's have a look at the icon on the home screen. As you can see, the icon is not Material You design, and it's an original icon, although that it's made by Google, but apparently they haven't worked on that. So if you just open the app, the first thing that it asks is for the notification. I don't know why it asked me for showing notification, but I'm just gonna go ahead and allow. The first thing that I see is welcome to the Arts and Culture, which is nice. Unfortunately, swiping doesn't work, so I have to tap on next. So I have to select what is interesting for me, and I can edit this later in the settings, which is nice. So I'm interested in obviously design, food, and science. And then I tap on next. That's a really nice animation. And it says once a week, we will create a digest based on your interest, which is also nice. And tap on start. Okay, so this is the explore page, actually the home page. As you can see, there are a lot of things going on here. So let's actually explore it. So at a first look, I can see the browse topics, and I can see the categories or the topics up top. So I can just simply just select them. And when I scroll down, I can see more ways to explore. Which is, by themes or by color explorer, and Street View, which we'll dive later into that. And then I can have a weekly dose of culture. This is just by signing up for their newsletter, which is nice. And then I can also add that to the home screen, which if I tap on that, then I can see there's a widget that I can add to my home screen, and then it refreshes every day for the new art and culture, obviously. But I'm not going to do that. And so we have 3 parts here at the bottom, which is explore, play, and inspire. And if I tap on play, then I can see different categories or different ways to play up top, which is highlight, labs, camera, and games. And the first thing that I see here is the National Gallery mixtape, which includes multiple different games. And then down here, I can see Daily Gallery and Art Selfie 2, which we'll dive later into that. But the very interesting thing that I notice is this lip sync. And if I tap on play, then turn your volume up. It's already up. And then I tap on start. It just, I could either select art or craft, or even fashion, nature, and things like that, where I can see the topic here. Can we live on the moon? Let's hit play on that.
So, living on the moon, right? Seems like a pretty big challenge. I mean, nature's not exactly cooperating up there, is she?
Tell me about it. No atmosphere to speak of. Extreme temperature swings. It's brutal. And the radiation? Forget about it.
Exactly.
As you can see, it generates some sort of a podcast, and I'd assume this is based on the Notebook LM from Google, which they also recently used for Spotify Wrapped podcast. So it's really interesting. So I can also, explore different topics such as design, travel, and food, for example. And if I were to go back and it asks me if I finish playing, then I can tap on exit, and then I can have, more ways to play. But then before that, let's actually dive into Inspire, which, as you can see, it's some sort of a TikTok type of interaction or YouTube Shorts, where I can just swipe up and down to see different art. For example, even also promoting some tickets, like exhibition opening soon. I can check that, and I can read story about 10 postmodernist buildings that are out of this world. And if I tap on that, then I can see, some stories. Unfortunately, since this app is based on web, and it's not made native for Android, then you can see this, it's not that smooth. I can swipe to see, for example, this is like the street view. I could just, interact with it as if I'm actually in that place right now, which is super nice. But let's actually dive into the play, because there are a lot of interesting things and a lot of interesting features in here happening. So one of the really cool features that I found is play with music. And if I tap on lab, then swipe or scroll down a little bit, then I can see it here, play with music. And if I tap on that, then it's warming up, coloring up the birds, waking up AI, that's funny. Paint with music. I always fascinated with mixture of the two different arts, such as, music and paint, which is super interesting. So I can get to choose whether if I want to paint in the sky or on the water or on the wall or on paper. I'm just going to go ahead with in the sky. And it just tells me to, freely paint. I can select my instrument here. I can just select that. And I can simply just play or draw like this. And the timeline as it goes, it just plays based on my drawing. So, and then I can share that. Well, as you can see, it shares as a text and a link. And then if you send the link to anybody, then they can have access to this. One of the other cool features that I found is the Art Selfie 2. It's actually in the highlights. And then if you scroll down, then you can see this Art Selfie 2, which is the selfie that you take, and it remixes your selfie with art and AI, which is super cool. So if I tap on play, and then I can always allow, and then get started. And if I take a selfie, and I'm just gonna go ahead with astronaut in space. See how it works. That's cool. So I'm basically an astronaut in space. As you can see, it's not that much high quality, but still, it's fun, right? One of the really cool features that I found about art and culture is that, I can easily just search art based on a different color. So under Explorer tab, if I scroll down a little bit, I can see Color Explorer here. And if I tap on that, then it actually lets me switch between different colors, like from white, let's take an example, and it shows all the artworks with the white color. And let's take pink, for example, and then it shows me all the artworks that the main color of that artwork is pink. And then another one is that if I go to play and camera, then I can simply just find art with the color and the color palette. And if I tap on that, then it lets me take a picture. And let's actually take a picture of this. This is actually a bottle of water, and it lets me select or reselect the color here. So for example, the picture that I took is mixture of purple, white, and some black. And then as you can see, I can see all the artworks with those colors in. So that's pretty much it for today. And for the highlights of the art and culture, let me know down in the comments what's your favorite feature of the art and culture and whether you have used it already. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and leave comments for me to know which app should I review next. And hit subscribe button to stay in the loop of the future videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.